My favorite comic book ever created, Murder Falcon. Let's talk about it on episode 2 of Trade Talk. This book sounds like a fever dream. It's about a guy named Jake who's a guitarist, and down on his luck, he finds a guitar that ends up being magic that charge up through the power of heavy metal, and he uses those powers to fight demons and monsters that are trying to take over the world. Sounds crazy, but this is made by Daniel Warren Johnson, so it has so much heart, and the art is absolutely incredible. If you have not read this book, this is another one that you need to go out and pick up today. But this book is one of the rare comics that I relate to so hard, and it just gets its hooks into me every single time. It brings stuff out of me emotionally that I've tried for years to bury, and I think it is a great book for anybody who is dealing with any type of loss, which I think as humans we're all going to deal with eventually, and you probably already have. This book shows the importance of the relationships in your life and the importance of music in your life, and how the little things can help you move past the struggles in your life. I think the deluxe edition right here has a foreword that really explains this book very well. So let's just go ahead and read that. This is from Daniel Warren Johnson himself. You ever had something bad happen? So bad that it makes you nervous to take chances, to have new experiences? This is what happens to Jake, and it's happened to me, and I'm guessing it's probably happened to you. You have the art from Daniel Warren Johnson, and then the colors from Mike Spicer. Incredible team. So much heart and so much emotion in this big of a story. There will be 6-issue stories that have more emotion than anything that I've ever read before. I think the best example of that is he has a short at the back of Prophet issue 4. It's only like 4 pages, and it makes you feel like more emotion than some movies they're releasing nowadays, and he only did it in like 4 pages. Absolutely incredible artist and writer, in my opinion. The stories and the things he's come up with, wow. This one is about loss. If you have lost anybody, or you're going through some kind of struggles or some kind of hurdles that you're trying to push back against right now, and you're feeling down on yourself, I really think this book will help you get through that. Jake, he's lost everything. He's lost his wife, he's lost his band, and he's trying to pick his guitar back up and trying to rebuild his life and find a little bit of joy again. He's basically just depressed. And then Murph shows up. Murph is Murder Falcon, the incredible magical Falcon who is bonded to this guitar through the heavy, which is kind of their take on heaven, which I love how they don't use a specific heaven. They kind of leave it open, and it's just kind of like the other side, you know, the magical realm. And there's these magical instruments that can bond to people, and then they have certain animals or kind of spirits attached to them. And those spirits get charged up through the power of metal when played by these instruments. It's a crazy concept, but it works so well, and Jake is such a good character, and you get to go see his struggles. You get to see why he lost his band and his wife. You have badass fights throughout, heavy metal rock. Daniel Warren Johnson is a guitarist, so like they're actually playing actual notes. The guitars are actual guitars and actual models. Murph levels up. You got the awesome rock van. I love the van. I love so much about it. I mean, you see right there, I have the print of the van. It is the only comic that I've actually made a playlist to listen to while I read it. I highly recommend you put on some heavy metal while you're reading it. It is just that good. It's like an anime come to life. It pops off the page. The fight scenes are so dynamic, and the way Daniel Warren Johnson draws it is so good because he doesn't leave any action to the imagination. He shows you what's happening. He's not like people teleporting across the page and like, oh, his head's cut off. Oh, all of a sudden this happened. No, he's going to show you what happened. He's going to show you and walk you through the beautiful action. He shows the motion and fluidity of combat so well, and I cannot get enough of his work. If you have read anything Daniel Warren Johnson, but you haven't read Murder Falcon, this is just like that. Get on it. If you have not read any Daniel Warren Johnson at all, pick up anything you haven't read on the shelf. He has another great comic coming out, Chankata. You can FOC that one coming up soon. Just get on it. Daniel Warren Johnson is one of the greatest creators of our generation. In the future, people are going to be looking at his works and like comparing him to the greats, in my opinion. Now let's get into the spoiler section. So if you have not read this, I would go ahead and come back to this video later. If you have read this, then welcome. This is our own little book club. I cannot wait to talk comics with you. Pretty early on, you find out why Jake lost all his things in his life, because he pushed them away, and he lost his band and his wife because he ended up getting a cancer diagnosis. Which, when I saw that page and that panel, it really hit me, because I lost my wife to cancer at the age of 22 after battling cancer for 4 years, and she went into remission, was cancer free, and then she relapsed, and it had moved to her lungs and slowly filled up her lungs until she couldn't breathe. So I spent 264 days in the hospital. So the hospital panel's in here. Jake going through his struggles with the sickness and trying to move past, and like worried about how his friends and his family are going to be when he moves past. I just felt this so much. And to say that this made me feel something, I think would be an understatement. There are so many panels and pages in this that I had to stop and take a minute. I was crying throughout a lot of this book. It really hit me and impacted me in a way I did not think it would. I did not know what this book was going to be about or how deep it was going to get. I was just expecting some badass art from Daniel Warren Johnson. But holy cow, if you have ever lost somebody from cancer, this book is crazy. This was such an emotional journey. I still struggle sometimes to pick this up and read it. I tried to reread it again and it was just as hard to get through. The art is just so great, though. It helps you push through, which I love that. It's such an emotional story, and I don't think I would have read it all if it wasn't for the amazing art and the badass Murph. You have Murph kind of like being the driving force and like the little support kind of going through the whole thing. Absolutely sensational. A beautiful story about like moving on from loss, and how music or the little things that you like can help you move on from those. Hobbies and interests like comics or music or baking or running or different things like that, they help you get through life. And those little things are important in what make up life. Also the relationships, the band. The relationships are important. Having those people to reach out to are important in life. You can't just push everybody out like Jake did in the beginning. And I think these are very valuable lessons to learn. And I think these are valuable lessons I think I needed to learn. And I think that this book really impacted me in that way and kind of opened up my mind into what I'm kind of missing and things that I've kind of done after my loss and kind of going through that whole situation. So I'm very thankful to Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer for creating this book. It is so impactful to me. It is the favorite piece of media I think I've ever experienced in my life, which is crazy. I did not read comics as of 2 years ago, so to say that a comic book is my favorite thing ever created blows my mind, but it definitely is. I cannot recommend this enough. If you are new to this channel, I would appreciate you liking and subscribing. Let me know if you have not read this down below. I think I'm going to be giving away a copy. It's just that good. So I'll see you guys next time.